I think someone's pranking me because I just went to apply for a job, and in the description, it says entry level at the top, really big. The description says 8 years industry experience. And the pay, it's definitely entry level. So I'm just curious, who are these people that are applying for this job to make no money with 8 years experience? So I guess I should just, I don't know, have started working in marketing when I was like 14 to qualify.
I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. 3 to 5 years is not entry-level job experience. It's just not. And I'm trying to apply to jobs so I can leave my current job because it's no secret that I hate it. But everybody wants 3 to 5 years as entry-level experience.
Anybody else feel like we need to change the definition of entry level when it comes to entry level jobs? We used to, entry level meant what we all assume it means. Entry level, no experience needed. This is your entrance into the industry, and we're going to teach you how to get there. You're going to get the experience, and you're going to do fantastic. Now all of a sudden it feels like entry level means entry level into my company, so I can put whatever baselines or requirements that I want on it. Now entry level doesn't really mean anything.
This is your sign to literally be a dog walker. I have seen countless videos on my For You page today talking about how no entry-level jobs exist anymore. And like with a bachelor's degree, the best job you can get starting pay is like 40 grand a year. I'm not going to give exact numbers, but I'm just going to say I made more than that on my dog sitting business this year. And literally all I do is sit with dogs on my lap. Like, yeah, I'm constantly going to houses, but it's so much easier. And literally I didn't go to college. And I'm looking into employees and like growing my business past what I made last year. So like literally, if you don't know what to do, just be a dog sitter or like a babysitter or something in that niche. Because there are so many jobs that are like so basic that people just kind of laugh at when they hear, but like can be such a great career, because paying for college to start at $40,000 a year is insane.
So I'm in college right now, and growing up I've always heard like, oh, get your degree, it'll make it easier for you to get a job, and this, that, the third. But then I think about it, bro, and it's not even really true, I feel like. I was just looking at jobs, bro, and for an entry-level position for something that I'm interested in, they want like 5 to 6 years of experience. I saw someone asking for 7 to 8 years, bro. Who has that type of experience? Growing up, I used to think getting a job is so easy, bro. Like, how can, like, you're a bum, you don't have a job, bro. Like, you just, it can be easy. But then I didn't have one for like the smallest amount of time and realized, damn, bro, like there's levels, bro. I can't get this job if I wanted to. And that's insane, because I was an 18-year-old and didn't have a job for like 2 weeks, and I felt like the happiest but saddest in my whole entire life, because I was doing nothing, which felt great but felt terrible. I had no money, and no place was hiring, no place was getting back to me, bro. It was literally just simply, oh, I applied, and then they'd get back to me like 4 months later saying that they didn't want me. It's crazy, because the amount of requirements that they need for someone to get you in that job is insane, bro. What do you mean I need 8 to 10 years of experience for this entry-level position, bro? That can't even be a real thing.
And you know, it's really frustrating applying to entry-level roles, and then you get to the interview and they're like, do you have experience in this, 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 and this? And I don't know what half those words mean, because now we both look dumb. Because why would you pick my resume, and why would you pick me to interview whenever you know there's 100 other applicants that are better fit for the role? Whenever you saw my resume, you saw I didn't have experience in that. You saw I'm a recent graduate.
No world is 3 to 5 years of experience entry level. That's not entry level. Entry level is 0 years. You just got out of college. You just got out of school. You fresh off the press. Entry level, so you can learn. You entering into the job market. Somebody entering into the job market is not going to have 3 to 5 years of experience. When that became the benchmark, I don't know. But these companies like to play around. I've also been noticing this habit of office jobs putting hourly wages instead of paying salary. Why are y'all doing that? Why are you saying that this job is $15 to $17, $18 an hour for a social media manager role? For a marketing associate role? Like, what are we talking about here? Y'all are really trying to play, and y'all trying to get away with it. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. And I'm tired of when you go into an interview, the interviewer always has some lame, dumb questions like, oh, what made you apply to this role? Why do you want to work for this company? Do y'all not need help? Did y'all not post that y'all needed help? Why are you asking me why I'm here? I'm here because y'all said y'all need help. I read the job description, and I have all the qualifications that meet this job, so I'm here to interview for the job. Let's talk about the job. I'm not here to talk about why I applied. Do you need help? Do we align on the help that you need? And when can I start?
All right. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. She's obviously upset. She probably just got through interviewing for an entry-level job and it didn't work out for her. So I'm not mad at her. She makes good points. Marketing manager and associate, those titles do sound more like salary titles than they do hourly titles. So I'll give her that. There are pros and cons of both hourly and salary, but that's not for this video. What she says though is it's true. I say that 3 to 5 years is still entry level. I think there's levels to it, no pun intended. I think that it could be 0 years of experience, or it could be 2 years experience, or it could be 3 to 5 years experience. 5 is pushing it, I'd say. I'd say 0 to 3. But overall, I get her point. I just think now in the economy that we're in, it's an economy where companies are a little more tight on their budgets. Interest rates are high. They don't have as much income to work with. So they're not really in the game of hiring people who are very, very green. They don't want to invest much dollars into training someone. You know, they want to have someone that has some skills already. So I think what people are lacking is the ability to show that they have the ability to do the job. Just having a resume is not enough nowadays. You have to be able to demonstrate that you can actually do what's on your resume. Overall, I get her point though, especially with the paying 15 to 20 for a marketing manager. Now here's the thing, it depends on the industry that you're in too. If you're in an industry that a lot of, marketing is not, unless you're at a higher level, right? It's not gonna pay as much as entry level as say if you were an accountant one. Or a entry-level finance position, for example. Let me know in the comment section what you think. What do you think the range is for entry level? How would you define that? I haven't looked it up, I could, but I'm curious to see what you think. Do you think it stops at 3 years? Do you think it's 0 years where it starts? Do you think it's 1 to 2 years? What do you think?
I am so frustrated. Why is it so hard to find a job out here? So I'm at Walmart and I was like, you know what? Now that I'm here, I might as well ask a manager about hiring because I applied to so many positions here and I haven't heard anything back and it's been a couple weeks. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. You just got to keep it up to date. The turnover rate is really high here, yada, yada, yada. Mind you, I just left from the worst interview I've ever had ever. A couple days ago, I had applied to Wendy's near me and I got a text message trying to schedule a phone interview and I scheduled it for yesterday at 2:30. So whatever, 2:30 rolls around, no call. 2:40, nothing. 2:50, I'm like, I'm gonna call them, maybe something happened. I call them, they have no fucking idea what I'm talking about and they're like, sorry, sometimes we don't get any notifications for the phone interviews, but let me jot down your info. I'm like, okay, give them my name, my number, yada yada yada. They're like, okay, come in tomorrow at 2:30 so you can meet the general manager as well as me. It was a guy, I didn't know what his position was. For my interview today, I'm dressed like you should for an interview. I tell the girl I'm there for an interview. She's like, okay, go ahead and sit down. I'll be right with you, the general manager. Sure. I go sit down and a couple minutes later she approaches me and she's like, hi, how you doing? I'm like, good. And then all of a sudden I hear next to me a booth over, excuse me, I was here first. I'm like, ooh. She had another applicant waiting before me, which, by all means help her first if she was there first. And she had a little attitude and she was like, all right, hon, I'm gonna be with you in a second. Let me just knock her out real quick. And she's like, all right. And so she just asked me 2 questions, my name, again, my number, do I have any experience? I'm like, the only restaurant experience I had was I was a teenager. I worked at Krispy Kreme. So, okay, great. And so she's like, you just have to fill out the application online again because you did it through Indeed. And she showed me how to do it. And she's like, pick a crew member. And I was like, well...
Already a couple things here. I mean, all this for Wendy's, no offense to people who work at Wendy's. Asking for experience, I get it. I mean, it's good, but let's be honest. Do you really need experience to learn a job like that if you're working at a cash register? It doesn't take long to pick that skill up if you are an average intelligent person or a person of average intelligence. You can learn how to work the register or to use the fries or to sweep the floor. It's not that, you know what I mean? Like, why are you asking for all this? And then it just sounds so unprofessional. I'm gonna just knock this person out. Even the speech sounds like it's off. It's just like all this, it seems like it's just too much.
I applied for assistant manager, not crew member. And she's like, oh, well, that position's filled. Why the are you wasting my time? And so I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay. And I did it anyway, and I'm just sitting there and I texted my sister, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not feeling this. Like, this is already so disorganized. And, no offense to the girl I'm overhearing, and she hired her and already gave her her shirt and hat, and the girl leaves all happy and I'm looking at them, and the girl's wearing a regular little t-shirt, biker shorts, and bread Crocs.
I stand corrected. She said that she applied for an assistant manager position, so that's different, obviously. That's much different than if you're, working the register. So you have to have a certain level of skills for that. I get it. Fair enough. That being said, it still should be like jumping through hoops. Also, by the way, why is it that I've already applied on Indeed, but you want me to fill out another paper application now that I'm there? Why? You should be able to get the application offline. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's just the place she was at again. Maybe that Wendy's was just super disorganized. But as you can see, you know, trying to get an entry-level job, or even assistant manager is not really entry-level. It's just that it's a fast food company, so you look at it maybe a bit different as far as if it was like a white-collar office job, but essentially it's still a white-collar job, right? So not necessarily entry-level, so to speak. Nonetheless, it's still difficult, and as you can see, you have to jump through hoops, and it's kind of just how it is right now.
Every entry-level job says they want 2 years of experience, not because that's actually what they're expecting, but because they want someone who's going to be able to do the job without tons and tons of training. Entry-level means you don't have to have paid experience in that field. So you do have to know how to do the job, but schools don't teach the actual skills that companies hire for, so what you need to do is create a portfolio. Portfolios used to be something that you only needed if you're going into a creative career or if you're going into a software engineering career or something like that. But now everyone needs them because entry-level jobs have changed. You have to know how to do the job already to get an entry-level job now. The people that are getting those entry-level jobs don't have 2 years of experience. They learned the skills online, created portfolio projects to show that they have the skills, and then applied to the job. And most importantly, they ignored that every job description says they want 2 years of experience. People with 2 years of experience are not applying to entry-level jobs. So if it says entry level, ignore the entire list of requirements on the job description and apply anyway.
Hey, I agree with her. I think she's spot on. And I think I kind of alluded to that earlier in the video is that, yeah, I mean, it says entry level, it doesn't mean no experience at all. And nowadays, as she mentioned, it's supposed, not every job you can learn the skills online, obviously, but if you're looking for a white collar job, you can learn the skills online for sure. And put together something that shows you have some level of competency and some level of experience, maybe not working for a company, maybe not even working for free at an internship, but some level of experience at doing whatever it is they want you to do because you've done projects for it, like she mentioned. So I think she is spot on with that. I think that people, especially in this economy, in this job market, in this day and age where we're in now, you have to be more creative. Things change. Creativity is key. Get that portfolio, build those skills, show that you're going to be an asset to the company from day one. I know a lot of people say, well, you know, like the first one girl said, well, don't you need a pivotal position? It's open, right? That's why I'm here. You need something, I have something, let's get together. Yeah, cool. But you have to realize that jobs and companies still have the leverage. So sure, they need the position filled, but you're just one of many. That's one position they have open versus you and 1,000 other people that apply for that job. So you have to be able to separate yourself and differentiate yourself from the crowd in order to make it and get that job. So with that being said, guys, if you made this fun video, I really appreciate you. Feel free to give the video a like and to subscribe if you feel so too inclined, because I would appreciate it and the algorithm would also appreciate it. And until next time, make smart financial decisions.